I can trace back that I've been looking for something, some kind of sense of rest or peace or something since my late teens, since I left home and my parents' home and went into the world. And
I started seeking actually in primary school in terms of went to a Catholic school. I was expected to go to confession. I was expected to believe that God was all powerful, and I really questioned things from that age and rejected that.
I started meditating in 1989, 1990, and I wasn't sure what I was looking for.
I guess I've been seeking for probably at least 10 years, and there's something deep down in me knew, there was something more, and I guess ultimately I was looking for a complete peace or freedom.
I would say on and off over the last 25 years, I've been on some kind of seeking. It's been quite a journey, trying a number of different things. I've been practicing Qigong, Chinese meditation for about 8 years, and I've had some profound shifts and experiences with that practice.
In the end, frustration.
Yeah.
That was the final sort of culmination of it all. It was like a carrot. It was a practice of the carrot, and he never quite got the carrot.
Ultimately, it did give me an intellectual understanding, but I was still caught up in the mind.
It's been amazing, but I felt it hasn't taken me all the way home, if that makes sense. Like, I'd get some great results, but it was still then the story of me would come back, and I'd get back into some suffering, I guess.
after spending time with Terry, actually I started seeing he was beginning to do his own Satsang, so I was following him there, and eventually got onto Satsang and one-on-one. And after about 3 meetings, I actually looked back at some of the other Satsangs, and it was by watching Terrence do this line of questioning, but it was through watching someone else that I actually got the way to see it for myself, and it was brilliant. It only took maybe 2 or 3 actually listening to how he was working with others.
But what Terry did, he helped to turn to develop my understanding, whereby knowing that enlightenment or awakening is actually here. It's not the end of a long process of refinement.
Yeah, it's a sort of the missing piece, if you like, like all the other practices till now, I haven't really questioned the me and actually seen through this false identity of the me. And so spending time with Terry is just giving me a number of little pointers, and just a few little ones have dropped, and it started to, I suppose, there's just been a few pops where it's like, oh wow, that's the me has dropped, and there's a seeing through it. There's a seeing through it and seeing the falseness, and so the awareness is beautiful.
Well, I've only actually spent about 3 weeks with Terry, but in that time, something has just shifted. It's just dropped. And I've just seen through the story. Like, I always known there's a story there, but somehow now I really get that Donna's a story.
I think it's having the one-on-one actually has been a huge help, and having it in conversational format rather than just sitting back listening or reading a book or going to a retreat. It's that one-on-one, and in the group satsangs, they've been fabulous as well. Yeah,
highly recommend Terry. Yeah, he's, like was said before, he's just a regular guy, but he's great. He's just very direct, and he's very loving, and you can tell he's like the real deal.
It was almost like penny dropped big time. That was what it felt like, and I actually said that to him, and he said that's music to my ears. That's what he lives for.
Absolutely, yeah. I suggest people come along, and if Terry resonates, you're in for a treat.
But what I really like about Terry is he's just an ordinary bloke You can have an ordinary conversation with him, but he's also extraordinary in the ordinariness, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. I recommend Terry. If he resonates, I agree exactly what the others are saying. We all have experienced times when things do or don't resonate. So yes, if you're attracted to a regular man with an extraordinary way of clearly pointing at what you're not seeing, he can see that gap. He can see what you're missing. And so that's been invaluable. Highly recommended.